social inequality has increased in most European societies in the last 2 decades. And we also know that welfare state change, so reforms in welfare state policies, have contributed to this increase in social inequality. So it was not only a positive development, also created several social problems. And the project has an important issue in this regard because it will analyze how these reforms affected particularly those people in the societies who have a relatively low income and also who have a relatively little education.
The European Pillar of Social Rights should be used as a springboard for the development of ambitious EU policies, funding legislation to address issues around or reduction of poverty, social exclusion, discrimination.
My organization has been actively promoting the Work-Life Balance Directive, and we think that this is the opportunity as well to promote what we call work-life balance virtue. That means more investment and quality investment in childhood education and care, long-term care, disabilities, minimum wage, and so on. Just as the Work-Life Balance Directive profits to all the society and not to just a few.
We like the breadth of the European Pillar of Social Rights because it looks at many different aspects of life that determine how people age. The largest novelty that is in the European Pillar of Social Rights for us is the right to long-term care. It's a novelty because not all member states have long-term care systems, although the population is aging and the needs are increasing, and also because there's no EU policy on long-term care yet. So it is a new area to develop.
So I lead Work Package 6, especially focusing on precarious workers. So people that are in the labor market, they are in employment, but in a very precarious situation. So we want to understand what this means in terms of how they can manage or how they can solve the problems in finding a right balance between their employment lives and the family lives, family responsibilities, whether that is looking after small children, looking after more elderly people, or just juggling in their daily lives themselves.
My own work package will analyze how far people who are in need of care, how far these people are really protected in European societies. And this means, on one hand, how much social security do they have? Do the welfare states cover their expenses for the care, which can be immense when they are older and frail and really need strong care? Or do they get poor because they have this need?
So first of all, it's important for us to collect evidence on the ground in asking our members, so the concerns of those that are affected by material deprivation, by monetary poverty, by exclusion, and to bring this together and to see what are common issues across all countries. Then we also have a role in presenting our insights and already solutions, how these issues can be addressed to the European institutions. It's helpful to have this type of European policy targets and benchmarks and possibilities where we can also ask for a meaningful participation, that we can influence policy making and the assessment of policy outcomes.
Civil society organizations are there to bring in the voice of citizens and to essentially tell people who take abstract decisions that abstract decisions have a very concrete impact on the ground. On national level, it's different because you have some civil society organizations which actually work with citizens directly, and so they have a key role in implementing some social policies. So there, it's more a principle of partnership and giving civil society organizations the capacity to actually deliver on this.
We civil society organizations have as well the role of watchdogs. Watchdogs that the researchers as well promote interesting data and that can benefit the society, and watchdog that EU institutions and member states and as well all kind of public administrations deliver what they have promised.
Really am excited that there is an aspect looking at access to long-term care for low-income groups because that is a challenge. Long-term care is privatized, either in terms of being delivered by private companies or privately by families. Long-term care should be a risk covered by social protection and taken in charge by the state or affiliated institutions.
So I hope the EUROSHIP project will help to really understand the social dimension of European citizenship. We need to understand how people live, whether people live the lives they want to live, and to what extent democratic institutions support them in living those lives.